Good evening. Thank you for tuning in with Profe Gayu. And I wanted to basically just talk about my experience living full time in the Dominican Republic. So I've been in the Dominican Republic over 6 months full time now. And it's a difference when you're here for a week or 2 weeks or a month. When you've been here 6 months full time and you made this place your home, you definitely learn a lot of things. So when I came here, as you may have seen in my previous videos, I came here on a visa, on the residency visa, and then once I got here, I initiated the process for my residency. And right now, I am hoping that any day right now I get a notification that everything is ready, and then I'll be able to go to the migration office and immigration office here in Santo Domingo to pick up my residency card. So I'm hoping that I get that notification soon without any other issues. So full time in DR, it's been an amazing experience. It's definitely not smooth sailing, but I'm so glad that I put things in motion to be able to make this happen. Now, one thing I can tell you is there is a lot of information out there on YouTube from other people who have done it that can offer as a guide for you to actually make that move. So for some of you who are in the U.S. or some other country, seeing me over here and seeing other people living over here in the Dominican Republic or some other country, thinking, man, I really, really want to be able to do that. I really want to be able to just, drop everything, leave my home country and move to a foreign country where the sun is always shining, the cost of living is cheaper, and life is just slower and more peaceful. And that's what I've gotten here so far in the Dominican Republic. Me moving here full time, I'm definitely more relaxed. I've developed a lot of good relationships. I'm less stressed out. Cost of living is cheap. Has definitely gone down. I'm able to enjoy life more, and things have definitely been to my benefit in being here. One thing I think is really important is moving here full time is to develop relationships with other people, not just Dominicans, because I think you'll find that a lot of Dominicans, you may find some Dominicans that see that you're a foreigner and may want to befriend you or get close to you because they feel that they can sort of take advantage of you or get something out of you. But there's also some really, really good Dominicans out there as well, that you'll find to be that you can make strong relationships with, whether it's friendly or as friends or business relationships or etc. Also, I think it's also important as a foreigner that you seek out other foreigners in the country. I know that a little while ago, a few months ago, I met up with a retired Army vet. So me, I'm not retired. Well, I guess you would say medically retired. Army veteran. So I met a guy who was a retired Army vet. He did like 30 years. Retired as a master sergeant, and he's a guy full of information, and it's good. I mean, he's older than me, and he's able to give me a lot of information on just what he's learned being here, because he's been in the Dominican Republic longer than me as well. Some of the benefits he has, of course, always good to talk to military vets because they got all kinds of stories and benefit information, for veterans with the VA and all this stuff. So it's always good to talk to him and to see how he just sort of establish himself here in the Dominican Republic, and he doesn't even speak Spanish, So just the challenges he's had and everything. I mean, he hooked me up with referred me to a service here to where, you know, there is no VA clinic here in the Dominican Republic. However, there is a third-party clinic. Uh, a few third-party clinics here in the Dominican Republic, where there's like maybe three in Santo Domingo that I know of, two in Puerto Plata, two in Santiago that I know of. And basically, you will go to that clinic, and they will set you up and take care of all your medical service-connected medical needs, and they will take care of you and submit the claim themselves to the VA to get reimbursed. So, number one, it's to your benefit because you're still being able to get seen for your service-connected medical needs under the Thorn medical program with the VA. In addition, though that third-party clinic is able to, get paid in dollars because dollars is worth more here than the Dominican peso, and so that's sort of more money for their medical service that they will get in a normal medical facility here in the Dominican Republic. So I like that treatment, and you get there, they're very friendly, they speak English. In case, for those folks who don't speak Spanish, you speak English, and you get that same sort of feel that you get if you were to go to a VA clinic in the U.S. So I find it to be very, very useful. Also, some of the same services and products that you look for in the U.S., you can find here in the Dominican Republic. Sometimes it may be more expensive, or sometimes for services is always cheaper here in the Dominican Republic. So you'll find it to be very useful as well. But during these 6 months, I mean, it's been amazing, and honestly, the 6 months have gone by fast. But yeah, I'm really glad I made this move, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here. The Dominican Republic is home now, and I'm not changing that for nothing right now. One thing I do recommend for those folks who are moving to the Dominican Republic or looking to DR to be their home is I highly recommend you go through the immigration process. And the reason is because a lot of folks, when they come here, because you don't need a visa, most countries you don't need a visa to come here. You can just come here and have like a regular 30-day visa. I highly recommend you, if you're looking at resettling here, to go through the immigration process. And here's why. I just watched a couple of YouTube channels, YouTube videos recently, and there's information out there that some folks who have overstayed their visas for repeatedly for so long that when they come back, they are not allowed to come back into the country because of that. Now, I don't know how often it happens or what specific circumstances that were taking place in that situation, on those situations, but I mean, if you're going to be here, I highly recommend you be here the right way because, I mean, who wants the headache of being here illegally, have to cough up, so much money for fines or taxes, and then risk the chance of when you're coming back to the Dominican Republic, you're not able to come back in, especially when you actually have a life here. When you establish a life, say you bought property or you have a family, you don't want that. So I highly recommend going through the actual process and settling here. What else? I got anyone out there? Anyone has any questions? Nothing so far. All right. Well, I'm gonna do my best to make this a long video, long live. I'm just going to continue to talk about my experience in my 6 months of being here full time, or the I guess me being here part time for the past 2 years. So I'm going to keep this live open and continue to talk about this stuff. I'm going to bring up the chat on my other phone so that if anyone has anything to say, I can be here to talk about that or answer those questions. Normally when I do a live for like maybe 10 minutes and I'm done, but I'm going to stay on a little bit longer because I'm not doing anything right now. And I want to see if I make myself available longer to see if we can get some folks in. We can chat, have a little conversation, and we'll go from there. So we'll see. Keep this up over here. Boom. I'll do that and then go from there. All right. What else? What else I learned in 6 months? One thing I learned also in 6 months, and it's not really I learned here, but definitely learned when I was living abroad in Peru. I lived in Peru for about 2 years and some change with the Peace Corps. I joined the Peace Corps right after I got out of college, and they sent me to Peru, and that's where that was my first experience living abroad. And after that experience, I like Peru. Peru was a good experience, but Peru wasn't my cup of tea. It wouldn't be a country I'd want to stay in longer than I had to if I was working. But it's definitely a good experience. I learned how to sort of put my experiences and my culture, background, and all that stuff to the side, and basically just opening myself up to the Peruvian way and the way Peru goes about doing things, and that I think that really helped me to see the world from a global perspective and not just from an American's perspective. So I really enjoyed that experience, and even when I went back to the States and started working and going to grad school, I always had in the back of my mind that I am going to live abroad. I'm going to move abroad, and I'm going to live abroad permanently. So even though I had that plan already in place, when the pandemic came, the pandemic sort of derailed my plans and forced me to make other plans. And one thing that Dominican Republic, and I've been here living here full time 6 months. I've learned, I've got myself into a routine. You know, like for example, I go grocery shopping about every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, every 15 to 20 days, I go grocery shopping. I know that I'm going to be spending for a house of four. I'm going to be spending anywhere from 10,000 to about 13,000 pesos. So that's about maybe $200 a month, about $200 every 2 weeks for groceries. I know that my internet bill, we have not the fastest, but one of the fastest internet plans, and that is about for the home internet is about 1,000. I think it's 1,000. It's 1,500 pesos. So that's about maybe $22, $23 a month for internet. I know that my cell phone, and I have that cell phone plan. I don't do the minutes thing here. So I know for my cell phone plan, I have let's see, I spend about 1,000. That's also about 1,500 pesos. So that's also about 23 dollars US that I spent for my monthly cell phone bill, and that's unlimited data. Well, yeah, it's unlimited data. I take it back. It's not unlimited. There is a limit. However, because I spend so much time at home and I use the Wi-Fi, I never really reached that limit. I only reached the limit one time. And basically, if you reach the limit, you can basically just buy minutes the way that normal folks do with Claro. They will just buy minutes. You can just like buy minutes, and you can get like unlimited for that, like 1 gig for that day or 2 gig for that day, which is enough for normal usage. Let's see. I pay for gas. We pay for our gas. That's about renting. We pay for our gas. Gas is about 800 pesos every 2 months. Electricity we pay about 800 to 900 pesos every month. Let's see, what are the monthly bills? I have health insurance here. So I have health insurance for 2 people. I pay 3,400 pesos. So that's about, what is that, like less than $60? Yeah, it's about less than $60 a month for my health insurance here. And I also have health insurance in the U.S. too, with the VA. Let's see. What else do I have here? For bills, those are the bills that I have here. And then I got things like, for example, I got a credit card here. So, I mean, but that's just to build credit. That's not really to be using for me like, significant expenses. And that's it. So I haven't gotten a car yet. So at some point I plan on getting a car. And let's see. At some point I plan on buying an apartment or a house. But I'm taking my time because I'm still establishing myself. And right now I can get by with taking Uber and InDriver. I can still get by with that, so don't need to get a car right now. However, with the gas prices going up, I anticipate that my Uber/InDriver expenses will go up as well. Some of this Colombian tea. This tea I'm drinking is called what's it called? It'll come to my mind soon, but it's a Colombian Colombian coffee that I got. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about. So my expenses here are low, as you can tell, as I'm breaking everything down, very low in comparison to the U.S. So this move here to the Dominican Republic is definitely worth it. Now, for those folks who are retired, I mean, as long as you're retirement, I'll say if you're getting like Social Security and you're getting, $1,500 a month, it's doable, but it'd be really, really tight. If you got a retirement that is probably, I'll say for the average person, like $2,500, I think that's more than doable. If you're getting $2,500 a month, you can definitely live well here. If you are working, if you're working, still establishing yourself, but you just want to leave the United States or leave your home country and move to the Dominican Republic, you can definitely get by making 25, even lower if you're really, really, you know, frugal and mindful of your spending. You can make it work with much less. But 25 for me, I think that $2,500 a month. If I were to recommend anyone, if they have that monthly income, they can definitely live well in the Dominican Republic. And as I broke down all the expenses that I have, my monthly expenses, as it proves to you that you can make it happen. While I've been here, I have made some investments so that I can build up other avenues to earn money. But for just regular expenses, you don't need much here. For rent, now everyone is different. I mean, I live in a place of 4, so I require more rooms. But if you by yourself, you only need a 1-room apartment, or maybe you want to get a 2-room apartment. You can definitely do that. So if you can, I mean, you can live in a barrio, you know, for example, in a barrio, which is like where you really don't pay a lot of money. You can get by with like, I mean, I've heard some folks, man, they pay $50 a month. But that if you're paying $50 a month for rent, you're probably going to have one of those 10 roofs. Probably not going to have the best. Probably not going to be in the best area or in the best conditions. Probably not going to have running water. Probably going to have a lot of an area where they have a lot more electrical issues or infrastructural issues. So I wouldn't recommend settling for a place that has $50 of rent, $50 a month for rent. But you'll find some decent places for like Santo Domingo is probably more expensive than other parts of the country. So in Santo Domingo, you'll definitely find decent places for $250, $200, $300. I would say if you have a budget at $300 a month in Santo Domingo, you'll definitely find a lot of decent places in Santo Domingo Norte or Santo Domingo Este or Santo Domingo Este. So that's North Santo Domingo, West Santo Domingo, East Santo Domingo. You will likely find some decent places for $300 a month. But if you wanted to live in a Distrito Nacional, you could find some places there, but that area tends to be a little more expensive. And you'll find some really, really nice places. Like, I've seen places where you'll, sort of the same setup they have in some places in the U.S., where you'll have an apartment community, or maybe a townhouse community, or a housing community, where they have basically a closed off, a gated residence, where they have a bunch of villas or houses, or they'll have townhouses, or they'll have apartments. And they'll also share facilities, like they'll share a gym, they'll share a pool, they'll share maybe a playground or an outdoor athletic area. So I've seen that, and you'll find that those places there would also have fees, the condo fees or membership fees or whatever, and you'll pay that a month. So basically, in those areas, they tend to be more expensive, but they're gated, they're secure. They give you that, I guess, that feeling that you would feel if you were back in the States a little bit. Some people want the security, because they may feel more comfortable with that living in another country. You'll find that here. You'll find that places that cost maybe $400 a month or $500 a month, $600 a month. You'll find that stuff here in Santo Domingo. I can't really speak on for folks who are interested in living in Puerto Plata or interested in living in, say Santiago or Punta Cana area or La Romana, some of those other areas in the country. I can't really speak on those areas because essentially all my experience living here in the Dominican Republic has been in the Santo Domingo area. What else I can talk to you about? Shopping. Now, you'll find that a lot of cheap products here, products that don't come from the U.S. A lot of those products that don't come from the U.S. come from China. Clothes, shoes, accessories. A lot of that stuff comes from. Let me move this over here because I'm a little bit in the sun and I can't really see. A lot of that stuff comes from China. A lot of there's a lot of bootleg, products here. I mean, there's bootleg. So for example, in the U.S., you'll find your bootleg stuff in the U.S. maybe in like some sort of like, you know, market, or you wouldn't find it. You wouldn't go to a normal store in the U.S. to buy bootleg products. You wouldn't do it because it's illegal. However, here in the Dominican Republic, it's normal. It's normal to go to your normal store, whether it's like a dollar store or a dollar store equivalent, or even a slightly more upscale store, or just a normal store. You'll find bootleg products. You'll find bootleg Jordans. You'll find your bootleg Nikes. You'll find your bootleg Gucci, bootleg Louis Vuitton glasses, bootleg watches. You'll find bootleg everything here. And bootleg products is normal. I mean, if you can buy your bootleg Gucci glasses for $2 or $5, you buy your bootleg Jordans for $20. Bootleg Jordan outfit or Gucci outfit for $20, $30, depending on the material. I mean, that's normal. That's normal. So if you live here and that's how if you want to dress in those type of products, you may be able to find real Gucci. You will be able to find real Gucci and real Louis Vuitton here. I mean, they got Louis Vuitton and Gucci store and Blue Mall, but the prices are the same prices, if not more expensive than you'll find in the U.S. But you will find the bootleg products here as well, and the bootleg products are all over. I mean, you'll be quicker to find the bootleg products than you'll be able to find actual products. I really haven't done any clothes shopping here in the Dominican Republic, but I foresee I will have to do that at some point. I have ordered, I don't order a lot, but every once in a while I order stuff through Amazon. And the way I have it set up here is I have a, of course now I have an Amazon account, Amazon Prime. So what they do is they have a lot of forwarding, they call it forwarding freight companies in the Dominican Republic. One company I know off the top of my head is called EPS. Another company that I use personally is BM Cargo. So basically BM Cargo has a service to where you can set up your account online and order, and they'll give you an address. You put that address into Amazon or whatever company you order from, eBay, you order from Walmart, or wherever. So you ship the product to the forwarding address they have, which is in Miami. And once it gets to Miami, they'll well first when you order the product and it gets shipped, you got to put in the information in your account online to say, hey, here's a tracking number. Here is if it's being shipped by UPS or through Amazon or through FedEx or U.S. Postal Service, and you put in your tracking number, put in your receipt, and then when it gets to Miami, they'll notify you, say, hey, your product arrived. And when it arrives, you'll see that it arrives, and maybe after a day or two, they'll ship it. And usually, almost all your products that will be shipped via airplane. So they have like a daily flight that goes from Miami to Santo Domingo. And then when it gets to Santo Domingo, it'll get processed through customs. And then when it gets processed through customs, they'll take it to your local BM Cargo office. My local BM Cargo office is in Santo Domingo Norte. So basically, it'll get to Santo Domingo Norte, and then I get a notification say, hey, your product arrived. It weighs, 2 pounds. So it's approximately like I want to say 300 pesos per pound. So if it weighs 2 pounds, then I gotta pay 600 pesos to take it out. And if it's under $200 of value, then I don't pay any taxes. If it's above $200, then I will have to pay taxes on the product. I haven't experienced that yet because I've been purposely making sure that whatever I order is under $200. And there you go. So that's the process of ordering stuff here. So basically you have Amazon Prime. Say you order something on Tuesday, it gets to the Miami place on Thursday, then you can actually have the product here probably by Monday. So that's sort of how it works. Yeah, so it's pretty useful. It's pretty useful. One thing I do want to caution folks who take frequent trips to the U.S. and you want to bring back stuff here, and you want to bring back stuff from the U.S. here, whether it's to sell or for family members or just to have for yourself. Be careful, because you will find that customs in the airport can be difficult. They can make your life difficult. If you are bringing back things that are not necessity, such as hair, any sort of accessories, like jewelry, perfume. If you're bringing that stuff back and it's not used, it's sort of like in a package as you bought it from the store in the U.S., they will likely tax you for that, because this is considered a luxury item, and they will look for how much it costs. If you don't have a receipt on you, they'll look online and see how much it costs and trying to get as much tax out of you as possible. So I caution you, when you're bringing stuff back from the U.S. or wherever you're from back here, to number one, don't bring back large quantities, and number two, if you're bringing stuff back, bring back as few newly bought packaged items as possible. Make sure that you're bringing stuff back, and if you think it's a higher quantity, I don't know, if you're bringing back earrings, make sure you don't bring back more than a few earrings in this package, because when they see that, they say, okay, you brought that back to sell, rather than you bought it for your personal use. And because they'll get you on the taxes. And the system they have here, surprisingly, is not a system where, now I don't want to say this. I don't want to say they don't have a system here, because I'm sure they have a system here. But there is another part of the system where you come back here and you're bringing back a lot of stuff, you will pay taxes, but you will negotiate the taxes. They have a little room that's called negotiable. And you go in that room to negotiate the taxes you're going to pay. So they'll put some numbers together and this costs, and they'll say you need to pay 80,000 pesos, which is like $1,000, $1,300, $1,600, whatever it is. They'll say, hey, you got to pay that, and you'll say, no, why? We'll say, well, what are you willing to pay? What can you pay? Can you pay $1,200? Can you pay, can you pay 50,000? You know what I mean? They'll negotiate where like you have to pay your taxes, and don't be surprised if they say, hey, we don't accept credit cards. You got to pay in cash. Don't be surprised. And if you're paying in cash, imagine where that money is going. I'll leave it at that. But just be careful with that. But yeah, a lot of items can be bought here. A lot of items can get shipped here, but just be mindful that there are limits, and they will tax you if items that are shipped here are more than $200, or if you're breaking stuff here directly from the U.S. or from wherever you're coming from, they will find a way to tax you. Let's see. If you plan on starting a business here, or getting into any sort of business activity here in Dominican Republic, create a business and register that business. That is to your benefit, because you'll find that you can pay your taxes online, and you'll be able to find that you can get tax credits, and you'll be able to find that as a foreigner moving to the U.S., you are creating not just creating economic activity by spending your own money. You are building a business here to stimulate the economy here. So just keep that in mind. How long have I been on? 36 minutes. How many comments I've gotten so far? Hey, I got one comment. Yeah, so what else can I talk about during my experience here in the Dominican Republic? Driving. Driving is not the same as driving in the U.S. Most people driving here, I can't say most people. A lot of people driving here do not respect the rules of driving. There are simple rules like stopping at a stop sign, or stopping at a four-way street. I don't know, space. If you think that those are, I think those are like universal rules to driving. But here, a lot of people say F those universal rules of driving. They're going to want to drive to get however they want to go. They're going to be aggressive. They are going to be impatient, and you're dealing with motorcycles everywhere. There are motorcycles everywhere. Everywhere. There are definitely far more motorcycles than there are cars. So that creates a headache when you are driving, especially when you're driving in congested areas. And that's why this country is the 5th worst country to drive in the world, because a lot of people do not respect the rules, and there are motorcycles everywhere, and people are just do what they want to do, which causes problems on the road. What else can I talk about in my experience here? Let's see. Let's see. Any more comments? No comments. I think everyone that moves here have a different background. I think it's really important that when you move to a country such as the Dominican Republic, you do your best to put your I don't want to say put your values to the side, but definitely put your ideas of what things should be, based on your experiences from your home country, put it to the side. Because when you enter that airport in the Dominican Republic, put all that stuff to the side, because none of that stuff applies here. This is a different country with a different set of rules, a different system, and you will need to adjust to the system that is in place. And there it is. Respect the rules. And not only respect the rules, understand the best practices. Because sometimes there are rules, but no one follows the rules. So look at what other people are doing. How they are going about living their lives. Other the Dominicans, talk to them, get to know the area, get to know the do's and don'ts. Learn Spanish, because when you don't know Spanish here, number one, it'll make things difficult here for you to negotiate and build relationships. Number two, even if you speak Spanish, as soon as you open your mouth, they'll be able to say, tell that, oh, you're not Dominican, you're not from here. So that feels like there's an opportunity for them to take advantage of you. But at least if you speak the language, you can sort of hold your own and defend yourself. There are tons of institutes, schools in the Dominican Republic that teaches Spanish. There are probably more institutes in the country that are available in person and online that teach Spanish more so than those that teach English here. And Spanish is the official language here. But just doing research, I found that it's easier to find a school to learn Spanish than it is to find a school to learn English. You'll find that they'll have virtual classes. You'll find that you'll have in-person classes. So if you are retired and you're living here and you don't feel the need that you have to work or anything like that, you're just taking your time, enjoying life, I still highly recommend you have a routine. And part of that routine is to learn Spanish. A few hours a day, put in that work, apply it in your everyday life here. And I feel that in due time, you will be able to gain fluency quickly. If you are working here, and a lot of folks move here, young like myself, still have to work. Find a time where you can still, if you don't know Spanish, find a time to learn Spanish, because you'll find that it is beneficial to learn Spanish. Very beneficial, especially if you plan on living here for the long haul. I know a lot of folks that come here. They come here to live here for a while in the Dominican Republic, but they don't want to be tied to the Dominican Republic. They want to move on to another country. Maybe they're here in the Caribbean for a year. Maybe they'll go to Africa for a few months, in Asia for a few months, or another country in the Americas for another few months or a year or whatever. That's dope. But I still think if you're doing that, come here and come here the legal way if you're going to be here for the long term, and go through immigration, because even if you don't plan on going back to the U.S. or another country, it's really good to have your home base in a country. So, I mean, look, I am biased to the Dominican Republic. Ever since I was in high school, when I first learned about the Haitian Revolution and the relationship the Dominican Republic and Haiti had in their history and everything, that's what really sparked my interest in the Dominican Republic. And I mean, I've already had an interest in the Caribbean, but that sparked my interest specifically here. So knowing that, I always had a really a deep desire to explore the island. Now, I haven't been to Haiti yet, and once I get myself settled here, I would definitely make a trip out there, because I really want to get to know that country as well. Because I find both countries on this island to be just their history and the current events to be interesting, and I am definitely say more curious, have a more curious personality, so I definitely want to be able to learn more and explore the two countries. But from being in high school to getting at where I'm at now, I could not have predicted that I will be living here, in my 30s. I can tell you that when I apply for the Peace Corps, I was hoping, man, I was really hoping that they would send me to the Dominican Republic. I was really hoping that I get that invitation to come to the Dominican Republic. I was hoping. I was really, really hoping. But when I got Peru, I was like, you know what? I did not expect Peru. There were some countries, I won't name them, but it was some countries that I really did not want. And I knew that I was going to go to a country that spoke Spanish because I spoke Spanish. So going in, they prefer to send people to countries with the language that they actually speak, if it's possible. So I pretty much knew I was going to a Spanish-speaking country. But I really wanted Dominican Republic, and there were some countries I did not want, which I would not name, but Peru was not one of them. Peru, I wasn't even on my radar. So when they gave me Peru, I was like, cool, Peru. And I had a good experience there. But yeah, Dominican Republic is cool, man. It's nice being able to wake up in the morning, getting ready for work in the morning, which is essentially just like opening up my computer. But it's beautiful to be able to come out here on the balcony and feel the breeze and the sun coming up and seeing the green, less palm trees and the wind blowing, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's refreshing. Definitely grateful for the opportunities that I've had and to be in this position right now. Damn, still nothing. Yeah, but we have 47 minutes. Let me see if I can make it to 60. If I don't get any more activity within the next 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna shut this down. But I was hoping I'd get some folks come online to talk, ask some questions or something. I got over 1,000 subscribers. I figure I have some people that be interested in what I have to say. But I should definitely do more videos and do more lives. I put videos out, but not consistently and not enough based on the amount of subscribers that I have. But I'll definitely do more with that. Let's see. Talk about immigration, monthly bills, food. I don't talk much about food. The food here is basically normal, from my experience, normal Caribbean food. Rice, beans, seafood, but of course they have their chicken and beef and stuff like that. I don't eat anything I ate in the U.S. My diet is pretty much the same. The only difference is I find myself sometimes eating less vegetables and less fiber in general. But that's basically it. Nightlife. I don't really go out much. But nightlife, I guess, is similar to nightlife you'll find in the U.S. I don't really find it to be much different. a lot of places here don't have a cover charge. And I find it to be more common in the U.S. to have cover charges to get into bars and clubs. What else? Folks want to talk about dating here. I mean, I'm married, but what I can tell you is there's something here for everyone. Just like in the U.S., there's something there for everyone. Here in the DR, there's something here for everyone. And I think that if you're looking to build a strong relationship, communication is key. And in order to be able to communicate, you got to be able to speak the same language. If you can't speak the same language, then it'll be very challenging. I'll say that. Let's see what else here. I guess one thing you'll find here too. I've seen a lot of expats talk about this. Is it's important to when you move here by yourself oftentimes. So maybe you may move here with family, but it's important to get out there and develop relationships, to be part of a network, to be a part of some circles. So I'm a part of a chat group, an expat chat group, but most of the folks in the expat chat group, it's probably about maybe close to 200 folks in there. Most of the folks in the expat chat group are located in the Puerto Plata area, in the North Coast. I'm in Santo Domingo. So I ain't gonna lie, they be having a whole bunch of activities, parties, barbecue, get-togethers, fundraisers, and this and that and all this stuff. And I'm down here in Santo Domingo, and I'm like, damn, man, it'd be nice to, be able to go up there and go to that event or this event or go there. But honestly, I'm cool here with my family. We have a good time. We every once in a while we'll do things as a family. We'll hang out at the pool, or we'll go to such and such house, or as together we'll maybe go to the beach or something like that. So we do things from time to time. But some of those expat, get-togethers, they do seem, really cool, really cool. It'd be good. What I would like to do is I would like to sort of develop those folks who are living in Santo Domingo, that we can get together from time to time. And that's something that I'm going to be, I'm going to push to see who lives in Santo Domingo, and if we can start maybe, not necessarily doing maybe some of the things that folks do on the North Coast, events, or maybe we'll have a sort of a monthly get together, just like to hang out and maybe, talk about our experiences here, as an expat, and, being, having that sort of social network. So it's really good to have that. Because for me, I know that I like, meeting new people and developing those relationships, because I'm curious and I'm a sponge, and I know I have a lot to learn from other people, and maybe I can even teach someone else something, and we can both benefit and enhance our experience living here as expats in the Dominican Republic. That's one of the reasons why I opened this YouTube channel, not just to document my experience in the move when I decided to move here back in 2020, but also I wanted to be able to share the information through my experience, so that other folks will have a resource when they go on YouTube, and they can be like, oh, well, this guy did this, he had this happen, or he experienced this, I will avoid that and do this, or etc. And I know like a lot of other folks that have channels on YouTube, specifically in the Dominican Republic circuit. And I ain't talking about those folks that have videos with girls and basically don't really have any significant, real useful content. I was talking about those folks that actually moved here, that made moves, that had experiences, and have shared it, and I really benefit from that, and that has helped me myself settle here as well. We have 55 minutes. Let me see if there's anything else I can talk about. Yeah, it's about cost of living, I guess. Anything missing from that? Cost of living. I will say this. For me, I put a question out there for some of you who happen to watch my channel. I am very curious as a few things. Expats that move here, do they maintain their same state residency, whatever their home state is in the U.S., or do they, after their move here, do they change their state residency to another state? Or if they totally like leave the U.S. and don't really have any residency in any state in the U.S. and they receive all their mail, where do they receive their mail? Is it going to their brother's house or their sister's house or their friend's house, or everything is going to a P.O. box? I'm really curious. I want to see what other folks do, and I'll probably put that question out to the chat group to see what other folks have done, because I'm curious. Because I'm looking at changing my state residency. I'm looking at changing it, and I've already done it. But there's a couple other things that I can do to solidify all of that. But I'm curious to know what other folks have done. Let's see. That's it. I mean, I think I've said a lot. I don't really have much else to mention without anyone asking any questions. But just to wrap this live up, and when I decided to move here, it was actually August 2020. I had just left active duty. I left for leave. What do you call it, leave when you're leaving active duty? I left for leave, but it was term leave, I guess, terminal leave. So I left for terminal leave in the first week of August. And in August of 2020, I decided that I was going to move to the Dominican Republic by January 2022, full time. And in November 2021, I made the move here full time. So 2 months earlier than my actual goal. And I tell you, it was August 2020 it was a roller coaster ride that month. Had a lot of changes that happened in my personal life. But I mean, August 2020 was, when I made that decision, it was definitely the best decision I made to actually move here. And I'm so grateful and thankful that, I had the opportunities and the chance to actually come here, to live here, based on my situation. And I'm loving it. I'm loving my experience here. It's been a great learning experience so far. Made some great relationships. Made some moves that I never thought I'd actually make. And I'm curious and very hopeful for the future to see how things turn out. So here I'm signing off. Please subscribe, like. It helps with the YouTube algorithms. Please comment. It helps with the YouTube algorithms. Like, share, like, share, like, share. Please like and share. And also, please subscribe. And I appreciate you tuning into my channel. Peace.